Thank you for joining us on today's burning question. Sorry, we are starting very late. We were supposed to have begun this stream a long time ago, but like you guys know, anything that has to do with streaming and has to do with the internet, we can handle it. Sometimes some things just wouldn't work well the way it ought to. But welcome to Burning Questions. Before my guests arrive, let me just play in the intro and we'll have a conversation. And when he comes in, you guys will start having our questions for the day. But let's just throw in our intro.
Is the best show in town. It is the best LGBTQIA show. So, darling, why haven't you subscribed? Monday to Thursday, bringing you breaking news Wahala. On Friday, sex, education, and Saturday, burning questions. You know, all those questions you've been thinking of asking. Saturday is the day for you, darling. Ask your questions about religion, your questions about what you want to know about us, your question about anything. You can access anything on Saturdays doing burning questions. And you know one thing, you could to be the lucky winner to win our giveaways on Saturdays. And on Sundays, to crown it all, we have the market women and shade girls. So darling, why do you want to miss out on all these interesting things? Help this channel by clicking the subscribe button.
So, welcome back, everybody. Thanks for joining us tonight. I know it is late Nigerian time, but it is still a pleasure, running and being here. So, before we get into today's conversation and as we wait for our guests, I'd like to know what you guys are up to. What did you guys get to do? Yesterday was Friday. What did you guys do? The quick announcement before we proceed. Thank you for all those who are watching and all those who will be watching later. This week we had a little bit shake in Qrealtalk where you guys know our host hasn't been with us for a week because we haven't got money to get him a new phone, which is becoming an eyesore. His phone went back, so unfortunately, Marvelous Achafo hasn't been with us. Hopefully, we are doing our possible best to make sure he's back with us next week, and we'll continue to tell your stories and our stories to the world. Thank you for always being with us. So today, when we start burning question, or as we start burning question, rather, we have some questions I would like to run, and our guest is running very late. On our question list today, the first question, where is my question? The first question is this is the question of the day. The first question is it wise for somebody to talk about his ex to someone who is his friend and knowing that the person is dating his ex currently? Let me ask that question again. Is it okay for you to talk to your friend? Should be, let's say you were dating this person before and now your friend is dating your ex. Is it wise to talk about your experience with your friend? What do you guys think? The question is going to be up on the screen. Please drop in your opinions and comments. We want to know what you guys think about that question. Hopefully, I have the right one. Yes. Is it wise for someone to talk about his ex to someone or to his friend who, or as it says, to the ex to someone he is friends with, knowing the person has feelings for him? Now, there are different situations where you talk to your friends knowing that, okay, you're dating my friend, but our relationship hasn't been rosy. Our relationship wasn't good. Our relationship wasn't all bed of roses. Now, my best friend or my friend is dating this person currently. It is left to that person to define his relationship. Because somebody is in my bad book doesn't mean necessarily the person is going to be in your bad book. We need to understand that we have to give the universe and we have to give opportunity the chance of letting things that has to be. Even though we go ahead and tell the person, oh, this is how the relationship, first and foremost, that person must have been with us and must have been our friend when that relationship was on. So if the person was your friend and knew all the events that happened in your relationship with your ex, and the person is willing to bargain and go on that journey, I think it is the full responsibility of that person to say, okay, yes, I know all that has happened with you. I observe from an outsider and I want to go in. Now, there are situations where people know you're in a relationship and they purposely destroy the relationship you're in to date the person that is now your ex. And you see, in those situations, that person deliberately spoils that relationship for you. And it was all a game plan altogether. And now the person is kind of trying to take what you have. The person has been envious of you, and the person is typically just taking what he wanted from you. So I feel the first thing, we need to be wise when we are dating. Now, should our relationship involve everybody, especially in queer relationship? Queer relationship involves a lot of people. When you are dating, you fling it up on social media. All your friends have opinion concerning your relationship. I think it's hard time we need to sit back and let our relationship remain private. Our relationship is supposed to be me and you, darling, you and your partner. Your relationship should not involve a third party. That is why it's wise that once, I guess it's here, welcome Oyeka. So that's why it's advisable, once you get into a relationship, the first thing you need to do in your relationship is to make sure that there
It's
is
kind
no
of,
third party.
but
Welcome.
can you hear me properly?
Yes, I should be able to hear you.
Hello?
Can you hear me? Can't you hear me?
Hello, can you hear me?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Hold
That's
on.
one issue.
Oh, yeah,
That's
kind
one
of
issue with
whispering.
Nigerian network. Nigerian
Let me
network has
try.
up and down. Nigerian network is like I know once our network is bad, like when Canadian networks are bad, it's bad. Like naturally, everything just goes down and goes down the drain. But can you hear me? Where are you? Yes, I can hear you. Can't you hear me?
No, no, it's not like the monster. I say the monster is talking.
Really?
That was, yes.
I don't know why it's sounding like that from your own end.
But you could hear me.
Yes, I can hear you clear.
Uh, let me try. Let me try. Can you send me another link? Will it take time?
No, use the same link. It's only one link. It's a permanent link.
Okay, let me close it. So let me close it and try it again.
Okay, no problem. So that's one thing about, that's one thing about the internet. The internet has if you guys can hear me properly, please comment in the comment section. So it's not like I am just speaking to myself, because it could also be like it's from my own end. Let me just check my let me check my mic. I feel my mic is okay. It says it's okay. But yes, like I was saying, so you need to make sure your relationship remains private. You need to define your relationship. Okay, Yeka is back. Let's see. Can you hear me now?
Finally, yes, I can.
Okay,
So,
better. Sorry. Welcome, guys. So finally, we made it to this junction. You guys can't believe what has been going on with our studio. Our studio has been messing up. The studio, we were trying to link in, and couldn't link in. Look at how we tried to figure these things. In short, he had already even given up. I was like, okay, oh, let us try this thing again and see if it will work. Oh, and then we
yeah.
tried it and it's working. Thank you so much, Oyeka, for coming, Oyedika, for coming on this episode. Thank you for joining us. So, the question, I read the first question out, and I'll just repeat the first question in case you're just joining us. Good morning to you in Nigeria, good evening, Canada, and good day, the whole world. Thank you for always being here. I made a brief announcement that our host and co-host of Burning Questions and Breaking News Wahala Marvelous Achafo hasn't been joining us for this week because his phone is bad. We are trying our best to make sure that Marvelous comes back as soon as possible. It's been a week without him and we miss him dearly, but I've been able to reach out to him through Instagram, but his phone has been faulty. So if in case you are wondering why Qrealtalk is a little bit faulty and we haven't been posting as usual, that's the reason for this week. A lot has happened with us, but like we'll always move on. So let's dive into the conversation of today. The first question, like I read before, I'm going to show it on the screen again. The first question says, is it wise for someone to talk about his ex to someone he is friends with, knowing that the person has feelings for him? What do you guys think about these questions today? Do you think it is wise? I dated this person and we broke up. It's done. It's over. Nigga, fuck off. I don't want to have anything. My experience with you was horrible. Now, my friend goes behind my back and is currently dating this person. Do you think it is wise for me to go to my friend and begin to tell him, oh boy, don't date this person, he's bad, he was wicked to me, he abused me? Oyedika, what do you think?
Um, Based on the question you just said now, it's actually not wise at all, and it's more like it's kind of shitty because you're kind of trying to more like knowingly sabotage the relationship you're having with the current person. So when, for me, exes should remain exes, you shouldn't just bring out your past relationship into something you're looking forward to with someone you just met recently. So when you meet somebody, you start talking with the person with the hopes of moving on from your ex, which is normal. It takes time for you to move on from someone
Mhm.
that you've been exclusively involved with for like 2, 3, 5 years. It's hard to let go of somebody. But when you're already decided within you that you're going to eventually move on, then I think you should close that chapter of your life and try and just see a possibility with the person. Not every time, sorry, not every time you keep on bringing up the topic to the person, knowing fully whether the person is actually still kind of the person knows that the person you're talking, rather the person you're currently talking with still has like has feelings for you, and you're more like still trying to be like can tell the person that okay, see, there's still hope for you, but there's still hope for my ex. I can still go back to my ex. So that's what I think.
Thank you very much for that reply. I totally agree with you. I feel like in a new relationship, why are we talking about our ex? The one thing I really, really hate, I fucking hate, is when people bring up their ex in a new relationship. Like, I'm not dating your ex. We are not in a competition. Oh, my ex bought me a car when on my last year's birthday. My ex made a good party, a big party. He threw a flamboyant party for me. You're not even. Baby, 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 we are not the same person. I come with my own vibe. Your ex has his own vibe. Your relationship, why that person is your ex, is because that relationship did not work out. Period.
Yeah,
No matter what he did for you, that relationship did not work out. That is why the both of you are not in a relationship anymore. So I feel if that did not work out, bringing all those examples into a new relationship, you're trying to see yourself in a long period of time, is not wise, because what you end up doing is you end up taking away the beautiful moment in this your new relationship. You end up bringing competition. Your new partner will try to beat up that mark. Now you set up a standard for him, and everything becomes more about, like, I'm trying to not to be like your ex. Everything becomes like a competition in other words. And in the other paraphrasing that same question, or in the other way around, when okay, it's not me in the relationship, but my friend is currently dating this person and I was his ex, I feel it's not also advisable for me to go tell that person all about my relationship and my experience with his new date. I feel I should respect his decision, because my friend did not just become friends with me, right? Unless it's just a
Yeah.
new friend I made. If it's a friend that was there when that relationship was, excuse me,
Yeah.
imagine that relationship was on, then the person must have observed the relationship. The person knows the whole story concerning that relationship. And if the person has taken the decisions to go ahead and said, okay, I'm going to take this risk to be in this relationship, then I should respect his decision or her decision, and allow her figure out her relationship, define that relationship for herself. Because somebody was abusive to me doesn't necessarily mean the person will be abusive to you. You're getting, because there are so many circles of events that leads to the relationship being soured. So it may not be it may not even be bad for you as it was for me. That is why you're like, oh my god, but this man was not loving, this man was not good to me. Maybe the person was in a relationship with me because the person was getting the benefit. Maybe the person, was in a relationship with me because he had no choice at that time. He had no money. Nobody was looking his way. There are so many factors that determine why people are in a relationship at first and why that relationship did not work out, and why their second or previous relationship after that one may necessarily work out. I think we should just go to the second question, unless you have any other thing to add.
Well, I think, like for example, it's not how a lot of people go through this thing every single day, and not every of them comes out like really good with it. Because when you see somebody that you really, really like, and at the end of the day, it's more like the person is just giving you hope when there's really no hope. And some people don't really handle things like this well. They really go down and they really get emotionally deprived. So I see that in almost every. I see that's common in people now. Like they like somebody, the next thing they bring up the ex. Like what the fuck? Why are you bringing up your ex to me? Then when you end a relationship, I believe you should just end it properly. Or if you've not really had time, or most the mistake people then most people the mistake people do now is when they end a relationship, they don't end it properly. There's some like feelings will still be there. Okay, fine. They go out to the world. They're looking for friends. Okay, they start getting entangled with somebody. All of a sudden, you be like, my ex, I'm still seeing my ex. Why the ex is coming to your house? Like you said, you're over with somebody. Why is why is your ex coming to your house? Why are you spending much time with your ex? Because when you end a relationship with somebody, you need to move on. Those memories you have with the person should be like, because seeing the person every single time rekindles everything you guys have been through, the good parts. At some point, you start questioning everything. Why did I even break up with this person? Why did I break up with this guy? Why did I break up with this girl? At the end of the day, you guys go back. Eventually, people go back to that same relationship.
Yep.
And when they now separate the second time, it will not be worse because you get it will not be so worse that they might not like each other, or they'll be irritated with like each other's side. So I tell people every time, make sure you end your relationship properly. If you're willing to let go and the other partner is not willing to let go, keep your distance from the person. Even so, it's going to pain you, but it's for the other person's mental health. Because if you're still been getting like, okay, the person is coming over to your side, you guys will chat almost every time, like how you guys were doing when you're dating. It's more like you're still kind of indulging in it, that okay, you're telling this person that okay, there's still a little bit of hope that we can still work it out when you don't really want to work it out with the person. So now most people now, when they now try to move on, the other partner that have not moved on will start stalking the current person he's trying to see. And at the end of the day, jealousy starts, conspiracy, hate spikes. They start digging up past, start saying something to sabotage your relationship with the person. And knowing your ex, obviously, you might be like, okay, my ex cannot like to me and all that. And you might believe the person, your ex, more than the person you're seeing. So a lot of people have that mistake, and it's really part of the major problems we have now. So yeah,
That's the honest truth. And before you know, because you are treating your ex the same way like you were in a relationship, giving him that emotional, hope that something may still work out. Before you know, a rebound may happen. Before you know, you may even find yourself in bed with your ex, and then you will jeopardize your new amazing relationship. So I think if you call this person an ex, you should make it clear that you are an ex and you remain an ex. So let's just dive into the next question before we wrap up for today. So the next question on our list says this: why is cheating common in queer relationship? This is a big question for us here at the studio. Why is cheating a big, or rather a common thing in queer relationship? I'll just go first before I allow Oyedika come in and chip in. For me, I feel it's because most queer relationship, when they get into this relationship, they're like, are we going to end up in marriage? So if we're not going to end up in marriage, we are just cruising, we are just catching fun, we are just having time. So they begin to have that attitude, because we have that mindset that this relationship is not getting to marriage, it's not a serious relationship, there is no longevity in this
no,
relationship. So they just bring this attitude of I don't care. However, time I feel that my emotions for you will, go through. That is what it will go through. That is how long it will last. They forget that one,
yeah,
in relationship, there is feeling, number one. And let me just look into the chat in case we have anybody. Please comment if you're watching us. So one day is, and for those who will be watching us later, please also comment in this comment section what you think about these questions. Um, like I said, there is love in a relationship. Love is the first thing. And again, love is not feelings. Oh, I have those feelings, I like you. Love is not
yeah,
attraction. We need to get this idea of love properly and right. Love is the amount of effort you put into a relationship to make that relationship work. That is what love is. Love is not, oh my God, this guy has a six packs. Baby, 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 you are man and lean puppy. Ah, oh, Jesus. This guy hot. Now, what you want here? That is not love. So love
yeah,
is, I see you, I have a kind of an attraction for you. You like me, we like each other. Yes, there's an attraction. I put in an effort. I call you every morning to know how you're doing. I care about you. I care about your finance. I contribute into your life. We have a pure communication. You and I can sit down and have a communication. There is no secrecy from day one. I am not restricted. There are some people who are in a relationship, and when they're in a relationship, they are so scared as if they are living in bondage. No, I am free to have a communication with you. You and I can talk literally about anything. When anything is going on in my life, you are willing to, even if you don't have the financial capacity to chip in, or you don't have the means to bring the solution, you're willing to listen, you're willing to help, make references. Oh, I know a friend who does this, or oh, I know somebody who can give you counseling. Oh, I know somebody who can assist you. Your ability to bring suggestion. And again, when in a relationship, you can be talking to your partner and your partner isn't even listening, because how do you tell your partner is listening when they are contributing and bringing referrals to you, helping you solve your problems? So I've talked about, putting in effort. I've talked about communication. These are the three things. And then the third thing is understanding, because you can talk, and have communication. The person be like, yeah, yeah, baby, I understand. Or you're like, my darling, see, I don't have money for your new hair. I don't have money for this. I don't have money for your birthday. And the person doesn't want to understand. So it's not just about communication, but it's also about understanding, which brings about compatibility. So these are the factors we need to look into LGBTQ relationship. And because we are not putting all these efforts into queer relationship, that is why most and almost all queer relationship don't work, because of our inability to put in effort. Then, because we have this mindset, it's not going to last forever. So we don't give a damn shit. It's just like working on a project and you're like, I don't care whatever they give me or whatever the professors mark me. You're gonna do the project anyhow, right? And that is one thing that makes queer relationship, cheating in queer relationships so paramount. The third thing is because sex is so free in this city and everybody is just not really interested in a relationship or don't want to define their relationship or don't want to put an effort in their relationship. Boys are everywhere, and self-control is not in this community. Because we are
Okay.
LGBTQ member doesn't mean we don't have self-control. I feel we need to
So,
start learning how to have self-control. Many people have lost jobs, many people have lost endorsement, many people have lost so many things that would have been of a great access to their life just because they did not have self-control. I feel we should start thinking and we should start working, because self-control is not something you just talk about. You have to work towards self-control. You don't just say it, you don't just think it, you work towards self-control. And there are ways of you working towards self-control, in the sense that you have to know how to control the situations in your life and be at the right place at the right time and learn how to say no. Those are the ways of having self-control. But anyways, let me allow Oyeka to chip in. Oyeka, what do you have to say concerning that question?
um, you said most of it, but I'll weigh some few things here. When for me, generally, when you actually say you're in a relationship with somebody, I think you should respect the fact that you're actually in a relationship with a person. When you say you're in love with a person, please honestly, outside and sex, you're not looking for any other thing outside the relationship. Relationship is compromise. Basically, when you guys have issues, communication is the key. You guys should just talk about it. Make sure you guys are on the same page. Because why a lot of guys they will enter a relationship, the next thing you're cheating. Basically, it's just sex. Fine. If you want to have sex with me, why not just call me? Yes, I'll give it to you. Different styles, different way you want to go about. you want you want to go about it. You get. Then for me, it's just basically looking for, because when you say you're in an exclusive relationship with somebody, what are you looking for outside? And another thing people fail, or why relationship work fails in this community, is more like they make sex a priority in their relationship. When it comes to relationship, do not make sex your main priority. When you make sex a main priority in your relationship, then it screws you up big time, because you're not offering anything reasonable. Let's say, for instance,
So what
both
else?
of
What
us, we are
else do you bring? Sorry to jump you. What else do you bring into a relationship other than sex?
that's that's the thing now. That's what a lot of people don't know, that when you enter a relation, it's actually good to be innovative, be creative, be hardworking. Because when you're more like depending on your partner for more money, or let's say both of us are into a relationship, I'm not doing anything, you're the one working, I'm always spend buy this. It's tiring, because I'm becoming a liability to you. You'd be like, apart from these guys, apart from these boys, what else are these guys bringing to the table? Relationship is both ways. Spend on me, I will spend on you. Like, relationship is something that you guys should grow together, no matter how little. You should have a vision of where this
You should
relationship is
always
going to.
contribute in the
And
relationship.
yeah, because there are a lot of things. So people make sex a priority. So that's why, like, be like, okay, this guy's really bringing his ass to the table. Why? Well, I can get ass outside for free.
The
And
the truth
sometimes,
is, what is the difference between you and an ashawo? Because ashawo brings sex and makes money. Kukuma Jerry, your partner could just go outside and look for a shower. Carry on.
yeah. So that's basically the thing. I advise people not to make sex a priority in a relationship. Find someone that you're compatible with, you can actually grow with. And even self, okay, fine, even self, you're not doing anything for now, and your
Mhm.
partner, the two he has, or you tell him about your plans, your vision. If it's something he can help you out, you do it. Don't always be saying let's chill out. And it's tiring, honestly. A relationship when it's only one person that's contributing is exhausting. The person will be like, I'm tired of you. And if you're not innovative and you're more, it's tiring, honestly. So I advise people. That's why most of them they cheat because they be like, do you know they bring it, guys? You know they bring anything to this people. Just let me just have my phone and do your own way. But aside from that, generally, I really stand on the fact that when you're in a relationship, respect that said. Define your relationship. If you want an open relationship, you guys have the thing, even if you guys are far apart. And another thing is self control. People will be like, I'm a guy, that's how we are born, or that's how we are system. Seriously, that's bullshit to me. You learn how to hold yourself. If you're horny, just hold your like seriously, man, like there are a lot of things to use and relieve yourself from stress. If you're if you're horny or something like just I feel just cheating is very
Check
wrong.
off. Take a
It's
walk.
just wrong.
Turn the
And
water on. Take a shower.
that that's it. And that's it because I don't see a reason when you say you're in love with somebody or you care about someone that you're hurting them.
But
It's
I
wrong.
also feel, for me, I also cheating is not also what defines a relationship. So, for example, now we've been together for 10 years. I've been faithful for 10 years, and maybe all of a sudden you make a trip to another country, and somehow there's always this second person in our life that we still have a close bond to, apart from our partner. Everybody has this second person in their life who cares about them not as much as their partner, but to an extent. And then something happens. It doesn't mean necessarily because, oh, I found out my partner cheated, doesn't mean I call off the relationship. Now we need to look at how do we find that. How we find that our partners are cheating is very important. If I go on my own and I find out he's cheating, then I'll call off the relationship because he's not being honest to me. But in a relationship where he has been faithful and we've been working, putting effort in this relationship, and he comes and says, "Baby, I made a mistake," what I will do at that situation is look at that situation. If my partner could be honest about going out and having flings, then there is nothing to worry about. Then I'm going to handle the situation in a more matured. That is why somebody has to be matured in the relationship. That's where compatibility comes in. If you have two children in a relationship, then the relationship will definitely crash because nobody
Yeah,
is matured in that relationship. So maturity also plays a role in relationship in crisis like this. In every marriage, one of the partner has cheated at least once or twice, and that is the truth. There is no man who can say, "Oh, I have never slept with someone outside my relationship, or I've never had feelings outside my relationship." That is a lie. But at the end of the whole day, how you handle cheating, how you control yourself, and how you let your partner know about a circumstance like this is very important. And like Oyedika says, stop bringing only sex into your relationship because everybody brings sex. It is a common commodity. Try to look for how to bond with each other, especially if you know the area of works that person, his area of career or what he likes to do. For example, okay, the person you're in a relationship with is a filmmaker, and he likes talking about camera. Try to connect with him in such a way that even if when he's talking or doing his job, you can bond together and talk about his career or talk about another area of his life that he loves talking about. Apart from sex, try to bond with your partner. If your partner loves football, try to get a little bit knowledge about footballers, his best footballers, engage in conversation so that you guys can have that bonding. If your partner likes cleaning, same thing, clean with the person, bond, help do some house chores together, cook together, clean together, do things together. That will bring memories, that will bring bonding. Take a walk together, try to explore the both of you so that this person, when this person is not there, this person can miss you. This person can really say, "Oh, I missed you, I missed our communication, I missed our relationship because it wasn't the sex." And before you know, you have built a bond that will last you forever. Because at the end of the whole day, sex doesn't keep a relationship. Sex is not the final cement that cements a relationship. And another thing again, getting a certificate or saying we are married or having an engagement ring, these are not the things that cement a relationship. What cements a relationship is the bond you both of
yeah.
you have built together. Final words from you, Oyedika, and we'll call it off for today.
Like you said, Don't really make it a priority, and always try little things count in a relationship, honestly. So avoid cheating, like no matter how small or anything you have, just get a thoughtful gift for the person. Be like, oh, this person really cares about me. And do not when you it's always good to be jealous in a relationship, but not too much. You get? Do
We
not
have
question your
one
partners.
comment.
Okay.
Can I join this meeting? Yes, you can join this meeting as Stanley. Just tell us when you want to join, but unfortunately, we are closing. Starting from next week, we'll be having. Sorry, before for cutting you off, Erika. Starting from next week, we'll be having a phone line. You could be calling on WhatsApp or calling first, a Canadian phone line. So if you're in Canada, but sorry for those in Nigeria. If you're in Nigeria, you could be calling us from WhatsApp starting from next week, and on Saturday, starting from next week, we'll be doing a free giveaway. So those who call in, those who listen, and those who answer the question from home will be getting free airtime if you're in Nigeria. But if you're in the US or in Canada or in the UK, we'll be sending you an Amazon gift card. Yes, that's an update from Stanley. And yes, Stanley, thank you for joining us tonight. Final words, come now, proceed Onyedika, and we'll call it off for today.
Oh, okay. So what was I even saying? Sir? Okay, yes, I remember now. Shit. Okay, right. So here's the thing now. Like I said, don't be too jealous in your relationship. Don't be too clingy. A lot of people don't like that. Like, don't. It's always good to ask your partner where you're going to try to get more involved in his life, but don't really get too involved. But don't really get too involved in it because sometimes it's really frustrating. And the fact that you're in a relationship, just trust your partner, even if he screws somebody else outside and you find out about it. The fact that he comes back to you and everything is okay, fine. But do not
Don't be a
when it
leaky
keeps
mouth too. If you screw,
yeah,
my boyfriend cheated up the whole market ready with a battery everywhere. Everybody will know. Even Paul's Nigeria and Insta blog will put his picture. Cheating boyfriend. Nobody likes a partner like that. You're getting
yeah.
so.
So just try and be open. Just trust him. No matter, just trust him blindly because you don't ask questions you don't really want the
Sorry, I think our internet has erupted again. Oyedika is out. But yes, so don't be a leaky mouth. My man is cheating, cheater. He sleeps with everything on pant. Anything I carry, my husband cheats. Be that person that even if he's cheating, your secret, the secret of your relationship remains in your relationship. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. That
answers
should
to,
be the
knowing that
truth.
you actually know the answers and at the end of
Sorry, your network is so bad, Oyedika. Okay, Oyedika is welcome
can
back.
you hear me now?
Welcome back. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. So what I was saying is that cheating is basically not good, but eventually if you find yourself in that situation with your partner, just believe in the relationship you guys have built. Don't just throw everything away based on one cheating. The only time you question all that is when you see the attention you are getting before is longer there. Then you'll be like you have to think about the whole relationship. But if you're seeing the whole love and still attention and still everything still works out flows well, then come on, just go for it. That's all I can say for now.
Thank you so much, Oyedika. Thank you for being here. Final words from me. No relationship is perfect. Hold on to your relationship because someone out there is waiting to replace you. As your relationship bad, person they look for that relationship too. So I feel you may not know what is at the end of the tunnel. Have that conversation. Thank you for being with us. Guys, thank you for watching this video. After those who are going to be watching the pre-recorded version of this video, don't forget, please comment, share, like, help us spread this gospel of queerness around the globe. and you stand a chance of winning some airtime like we promised. We've not forgotten that part of this show starting from next week. I can't wait for us to have the game section next week. Thank you guys. Thanks
Yeah.
for being with us, and good night.